Hey, that's not rubbish.
Hello, guys. I'm Lexi, and this is That's Not Rubbish, a podcast where we talk to cool people who turn garbage into cool things. A little thing called upcycling. Yay. And today we are here with the one and only Reverend Sophie.
Hello.
Oh, it's glorious having you today here, Reverend. A true honor. How are you? How are you doing? How are you feeling?
I'm doing good, thank you. I'm very excited to be on the show. Thank you for having me. I am sheltering from the mega windstorm with my little doggy on my bed. So I'm very good.
Yeah, no better place to be.
Exactly.
Well, Sophie, you are a brilliant designer, mother to the tampon chaps, co-director of Bleaq, and a mega chazza shopper based in the UK. Wait,
Chazza
oh my
shop.
God, when you first said that, it cracked me up because, naturally being a regular schmegular American, naturally, I don't hear those terms, chazza.
No, I don't even know. I feel like a lot of people are like, what is a chazza? Even some of my mates are like, what's a chazza? And I'm like, it's a
It's a
charity shop.
charity
I
shop.
like to
I love it.
make words up. Chazza just sounds better, I think. So
It has a little
yeah, it has a bit of something to it.
I like it. Never change. Keep doing what you're doing. But I feel like that's like the foundation of the British American, like English is just making random words.
Yeah,
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 I
exactly.
like it. You do it better.
Me and my mate Gloria, we've started this like I can't remember what we've called it, like the Bible of life or something, and it's just all of these ridiculous words and sayings, and it is ridiculous. Like none of it really makes sense. But it's quite iconic and it's gonna grow. I think we're gonna eventually one day turn it into a published book, but that's probably like
Yeah, what do I have to do to get my hands on this dictionary?
honestly, when you put the two of us together though, like it's not English, it's just like
Yeah, yeah,
stupid word,
yeah.
stupid word. And we like at first we were like, oh, it's because we're like making the word like shorter. And I was like, no, we're not. Like half the time we are tripling the word in size, making it more of a mouthful, but it's just more fun.
As long as you're having fun, as long as they're not like little grunts. I've gotten to the point with my sister where we just like talk in like little grunts and like baby voices and like just disgusting.
Perfect.
Yeah, I like it. That's sisterhood.
Yeah. Your own weird language.
Exactly. That's how you know you're close to someone. That's like a whole new level.
Yeah.
That's like reaching peak relationship status. Like you made it.
Yeah.
You're seeing the heavens. Well, cool, cool. And then, I mean, I talk about Bleaq so much on the show. I'm a huge fan. We had J Rat on last year, and that was like peak moments of my life. After this, of course.
Oh,
But,
I love Playrat. She's lovely. She's really
oh my God, it doesn't get better than J Rat.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I literally wouldn't be here without Bleaq. Like it was like my inspiration to start this. And I'm honored to say I've seen a Rev Soph tampon piece in the flesh. So I'm so excited to have you here. Yeah, I'm excited to have this chat.
Thank you.
We're gonna have some fun. And so not only are we gonna hear about you and your story and your design process, but we're gonna talk a bit about greenwashing and some green and red flags when shopping, but with a little twist, like a little TNR game out of it. Yeah. But first, some good news, shall we? This one's precious. So and I wish I could say I've heard this one before. I don't know if you have these in London. But let me tell you a little something about repair cafes. So, according to Euronews, repair cafes are free community run meeting places where you can like bring your broken stuff and volunteers will fix it.
Oh my God, I love that.
I know, isn't that amazing?
That's
Like,
such a fantastic concept. Oh my God, that's
it's a
amazing.
great concept. Things are breaking left and right nowadays, the way things are made now. Yeah,
It's cheaply made.
cheap. But it originated in Amsterdam in 2009, so it's been a while. And now I guess they're all over Europe and the USA. But I've never seen one before. But like, what a beautiful concept. I'd love to see one.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. I love that idea. When I was traveling around in India last year, there was so many people. I think it was like mainly India. Oh my god, the wind! Oh my god. Sorry, I just heard something like a door slam or something smash. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, like in India, there'd be like loads of people just like sat on the sides of the roads. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like repairing your shoes, repairing your backpack, like basically anything you need repairing. You take it to this guy, and he can repair it. And within a couple of hours, if that, or you could just sit and chat with him, and he'd have your bag done in like half an hour.
Oh my God. I'll have a chat. Like, just fix
I
my
know
shoe.
it's such a good idea, and a lot of the times it being like places where like it's big, like you do big hikes and stuff. Like there's a lot in Ladakh and Himalayas. I guess because people are doing mad hikes with their shoes, and then they come back and it's like, I need my shoe repairing. I don't want to buy another pair. Like if you just
Yeah, me. My shoes break all the time. I don't want to buy a new one.
away. Like, we don't need to be throwing it away. Just fix it.
Just fix it.
Yeah.
2024 bucket list. Go to Repair Cafe. It's in.
I'm gonna now do a bit of Googling, see if I can find a repair cafe.
Yeah, Repair cafes near me. Alexa.
Fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Sophie, we have a lot in common. I feel like one being we're all about the shock value. You get it, I get it. When we were talking on the phone, you were talking about the shock value, and I was like, "Ooh, that's my fucking Instagram bio." Like, so I love it. You're a more eccentric designer working. I mean, you work with tampons and all, so given. So this is a great place to start. Like summing up your work. Please define shock value for us.
I don't really know where it started. And it's not really like, I don't know. I just quite like using things that aren't so conventional that make people be like what? I remember when I was doing my A levels, it was like a project based on like, it was bad. It was very bad. But it was a project based on like something to do with like the local like beach near me or something like that. So we'd like gone on this trip to the beach, like research project. I found some dead seagull wings on the floor, and I was like, amazing. Took one, and I made it into some like fucking piece of clothing.
Seagull wings, like the bird.
And I didn't do anything to them. I didn't like try and taxidermy them. I didn't try and like make them resurrect, because I also quite like, at that point I was really into the idea of like decaying and stuff. So I was like, let's just put these disgusting rotting seagull wings on this thing I've made. And my whole head was like, that is disgusting. And I was like,
it's vogue,
but it's pretty cool.
But look past the disgusting part.
I can't remember what it had to do with the relevance of it, but
that is shock value to the T. That is shock value lore. Yeah. Well, thank you. That was perfect. You really summed it up. And I mean, you're right. I feel like upcycling in itself, like maybe you just broke it down in this therapy session, but maybe that's why I'm attracted to upcycling, is like the shock value of it. Like you turn this into that, like that's crazy.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people see it as. Like they're like, how have you reworked that? A lot of the designers from Bleaq do that. Don't throw it away. Let's keep using it.
So I mean, like, what role does the shock value play in your like overall philosophy and the way that you view fashion in general? Like, is that a foundation to upcycling? Like, what do you think?
It's like so much necessary for upcycling, because I think upcycling is more like, it just needs to be like stopping waste, stopping fast fashion, using what we've got. Like there's so much material and stuff already out there. We don't need to be putting more crap into it,
Right.
But I don't know. I guess I don't know why I've always quite enjoyed it. Maybe because I just find it quite funny. Like I made this one, I studied weaving at uni, and I wove a series of textiles, weaves, whatever, and it was all to do with sexuality and sex, and I did it like made it out of like condoms. So I like got condoms into strips, and it looked really cool. I bet. I don't know if I've got any pictures of it. Maybe I could try and find some, but it looked so cool. And then went to this like I can't remember, it's like this thing in Paris where like people go and sell their textiles, and like companies like would buy it off you, and you give them the details on how to like the structures of it, you know, to how they can make it. Obviously nobody was wanting condom fabric, but people come over and touch it and they're like, oh, it's a condom. And I was like, yeah, I just found it funny, really. Like, yeah,
you're just a twisted, silly little girl. That's really
find it funny. Find it funny, like, just take the piss, really.
Yeah, that's classic.
Nothing's very serious with me. Everything is just a laugh.
Noted. I like that. We need more people like that in the world, honestly. Like, nothing is really that serious.
No, nothing serious. The world's like this massive thing. We're a tiny little speck on it. So just don't take it so seriously.
No, that's like my thing is I love laughing at life. Like, if something, I mean, when something like really, really grim and like tragic happens, it's a little hard to make me laugh. But like,
yeah,
overall, like, just the people you meet and the things that happen and like the little things, it's just like, what the hell? Yeah. That's a good way to go about it. So I guess like, how do you want people to feel in your pieces? Like, what are they saying?
I just want people to feel like stunreal, you know. That's another word me and Gloria have made up. Just like,
What does that mean?
Of stunning and unreal put together.
That's what I thought, and I'm going to use that respectfully.
Yeah. So yeah, feel stunreal. Feel however you want to feel. I want everyone to wear it, everyone to feel stunreal. That is it. Feel stunreal.
I'm not asking for a lot.
It's sexy and stunreal, actually, because like, especially the Thai collection, that is like quite a little sexy collection. But
it was. Yeah. And I feel like everyone loves a funny girl, you know, like funny is sexy. Like, it doesn't all have to be like zero personality, zero spice. Like,
don't take it seriously.
Yes, and that's sexy. Like, just living freedom, life, liberation. Like, I like it. I'm getting it. I'm getting the Reverend Sophie like effect right now.
Yay.
So Phil, like, how did all of this begin? How did like little baby Sophie turn into Reverend Sophie, cooking up like Thai couture? Like, how did this happen?
I guess it just like went in stages. After uni, I felt so lost because I studied weaving, and I did some really cool like woven like portraits of these like drawings I'd done, but I never really went anywhere with them. I think it's just because it was like after lockdown, I couldn't find any jobs in weaving. I didn't really have the confidence because I hadn't done a lot of time at uni because we missed it in the like from March. It was like I couldn't go in, so I couldn't be weaving. So I guess I had some confidence and I just felt like I wasn't ready to go into a job. And then I also didn't really want to go into a master. I don't know, it was that stage. I feel like everybody who was at uni at that time was like, what was the point? So I just kind of carried on doing like trying to be creative where I could. And then I became a nanny at one point, and oh my god, that was just like I know, like I don't know why I did that. That
was Sophie taking care of your children.
That was a really bad time. You do not want me looking after our children. Yeah, eventually I then got into fashion. How did it even come about? Like, I don't know, I can't remember where it came from. I think I looked at maybe making ties, and it was the idea of using a feminine project and like this like and then like this masculine piece of clothing, putting two together. But then I ended up making this bag, and that was like the first step, and the bag was awful. But then it just developed into like developing the tampons into actual fabric, and then the fabric into clothing, and it just became this like big thing about trying to like raise awareness and money for period poverty and taboos, misconceptions, and get conversations going. And yeah,
cool. So it's kind of like a why not? Like, you like the do good, you like the creativity, you like
definitely the do good. I feel
it
was like everything I do I'd like it to have a purpose. I don't know so much what the purpose is with the Thai collection, but
I mean, I like how you worded it. Like, I never really thought about it. Like, it really is like the best of both worlds between like the masculine and feminine energies, like, mixing together. And I feel like you could find a way to contribute to like androgynous lifestyles and mindsets and kind of like the non-binary world.
Yeah, I mean, everything is definitely a zero gendered. Like whatever I make, it's for anyone.
Keep it easy. Yeah. Keep it simple. Keep it fun. Keep it fresh. Yeah. I like that. Wait, it's really funny though. So you got your starts in weaving because the other UK guest I've had, Ashley Just Knight, also got her start in weaving, and she like cuts up like old bridal gowns and then ties it into like uses the loom to like rework it into new fabric.
So cool.
So it's funny that you guys both kind of have the same kind of background, like turning old into new using this weaving background.
Name? I'll have to follow her.
Yeah, Ashley Just Knight. Yeah, she's very, very cool.
Ashley Just Knight.
Yeah. I'll send you
I do follow her.
Stuff. You might. She has like bright pink hair.
Yeah, I think I do.
Pink and orange. Yeah.
Anyway.
It's cool. It's just funny. I never thought of like weaving being big and in the UK, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Wow.
Yeah, I think hopefully at some point I'll get back into it and do it, but we'll see.
I hope so. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Well, nice. I like that. That's same kind of thing. Is kind of like, why not get into upcycling? It mixes all these things that you love into one. So gorgeous. Let's hear more about your creation process. Like, you seem, just based off of looking at your work, you seem to come off with like collections kind of based off of materials. Like you said, you had the tampon collection and then the little like recent 9 to 5 Thai office rendezvous collection. So where do you find your inspiration initially?
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. I've always been interested in materials. I always feel like it could have been fun to be like a material designer, but I didn't go down. Maybe that's a future me situation, but yeah, I guess it's always been like the material first and then figuring out how to make something from that or how to make clothing from that.
That's fair. That's how it goes a lot of time in upcycling, is like you're sourcing, you're thrifting, you get a bunch of stuff in your hands. You're like, what do I do with it? Yeah. Well, walk us through the Thai collection. How did that one come to be? The pictures were awesome, by the way. Like, I loved it. It was like a little story. I love storytelling. So that was cool.
The Thai collection came about. So as Bleaq, like we also do like events, mentorship programs, workshops, all this lot. And we had an event. It was like a pop-up kind of event, but then we also had DJs and performances. And the event was themed on celebrating the fact that Boris Johnson had got sacked. So
naturally.
It was, I can't remember what we named it. It was a really funny name. Oh, I can't remember what the name was now. But anyway, the whole theme was just like taking the mick about how badly they handled COVID. Like, you know, there was like half of them were like meant to be at home. They were having affairs. Boris Johnson
throwing the parties,
all this stuff. So it was massive piss on that. And then the theme to dress up was dress up as a Tory tart. So I made this like skirt out of ties I got from charity shop, and it's just like sewn together. Like I had about 20 minutes to make this skirt, and I was just like, yeah, like wasn't very thought through. Just put it on, make it. Oh my god, cute, done. And it was just like everyone loved it, and I wore it quite a few times after that. We had an event in New York that I kept wearing, and everyone was like, "This is amazing." So I was like, "Okay, I need some more money. I'm just going to sell it," and it sold pretty quickly. You know, I was like, "I guess I'm going with this now." So that just went on, and I just like made more skirts. Then went into some boob tubes. Then I made some like vests that were kind of based off like, you know, that like wife beater white vest thing. Made some dresses and some other kind of tops, and went really well. So,
well, I hear you like the ties, masterpieces. I love it.
Thank you.
And so like the Thai collection and the tampon collection, are those like your two kind of signature mediums? Or
yeah, I mean, maybe there'll be something coming along in the future, but yeah, no, I don't know what's next. I think I'll be carrying on more with the Thai, getting that collection done, and then I do want to go back onto the tampons because it gets so much love, but it's a lot. It's a lot to make it. It's a lot to like create it into a material and then make it into a thing.
Yeah.
but there's a lot of love for it. So I'm going to try and get back
Yeah.
on it and make a couple pieces. But yeah, it's just the time at the moment.
I love how like the people that don't know you and keep hearing us talk about tampons are like, what? Like, like are these used? Like, what?
Yeah, I get that question all the time. They're like, are they used? I was like, I'm not disgusting. No, of course they're not
I'm
tampons. Like, guys, come on. No.
we have boundaries, us upcyclers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we have our standards. We're not going to go
Hygiene.
there,
We have hygiene.
believe it or not.
Yeah. So, oh my God, I used to, and then they'd be like, the pieces we in store. They're like, what is it? I was like, it's made from tampons. They're like, they almost like want to drop it. And I was like, don't worry, they're not used. They're like, oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, just on the last days.
Yeah.
Okay, well, another thing that I need to ask you. Well, I already know. I'm so blessed to already know, but I feel like the people need to know how and what you did to deserve the title of being a reverend.
So I, in lockdown, was dating my now girlfriend, wasn't girlfriend at the time, over FaceTime, and I don't remember how it happened. I think she got an email being like, it was like from the people that she got ordained for, and was like, oh, 3-year anniversary or something, or whatever it was. And I was like, oh yeah, and I was like, what? You're a reverend? And they were like, yeah, and I was like, oh my God, I'm jealous. I'm going to become a reverend. So I got ordained. It really, yeah, just got ordained online. One of those mad moments in lockdown. And then I just thought it was hilarious, especially because, like, I'm just queer. So I was like, yep, queer reverend.
Yeah, exactly.
That is the new. I don't know. It was just a massive joke. And I recently thought about changing it. I was just going to start going by like my actual name, but then when I tried to put that name in the website, someone's already got that, and
Right, so you have
every combination I tried of a website URL was gone. So I was like, I think that's the universe telling me it has to stay as Reverend Sophie.
it's God. It's God himself.
I'm doing my work for the people. This is my mission. Is that what people?
Yeah.
My
My calling.
missions? People have missions when they're like in religion, don't they? Is that
Their callings.
That's it. It's my calling.
Their virtue.
I is to be queer Reverend Sophie making clothes out of tampons and ties.
I read that in the Bible somewhere. But yeah, I mean, let's be real. Like, it's not the easiest thing in the world to consume ethically, and especially now that I quote sustainable fashion is, and I quote again, trendy. There's a lot of like greenwashing going on, a lot of fakes in the mainstream retail world, making it tough, acting like there's someone they're not. And that just is terrible. Trust issues. So I like to talk about inauthentic, sustainable brands and I guess what an inauthentic, sustainable effort looks like and what authentic efforts look like so that we could all live our best lives and never be betrayed or lied to or have our little hearts broken ever again,
Yay, we love
Yay. A girl can dream. But like this also could be really boring, right? So like, like doing the research every time you want to go shopping is just, it's not going to happen. So I made a little game out of it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Drum roll, the how to not be greenwashed / love bombed game. Yay. Sounds fun. Yeah. Yeah. Woo. Never been played before. So this is the first time in 2024.
Ready. Let's go. Maybe it's going to be like a new thing you do on all the podcasts.
Absolutely. I'll explain the game. But first, I feel like I should say what greenwashing is. Like, what is greenwashing? Well, it's a tragedy in it. It's absolute tragedy. It's just a grim, tragic thing to do. Greenwashing is essentially when a company uses like marketing or PR tactics to portray themselves as more environmentally friendly than they really are, like what they're making, their policies, their values, everything. Yeah, marketing teams chase trends to appeal to customers, and when caring for the environment became important again, PR went full force, no mercy. And yeah, you get it. We see it. We see it every day. But according to TerraChoice, an environmentally specific marketing company, which is cool. I never heard of that before. I like it. But yeah, they said that there's 7 different ways that greenwashing can happen, like 7 different ways or techniques used to greenwash, and they're called the 7 deadly sins. And I mean, usually when we see greenwashing, it's just kind of like repeating eco buzzwords like times a million, like all natural or recycled materials over and over. Yeah. And they're literally doing nothing. So the goal with this game, how to be greenwash / love bomb, is to think of these brands, shops, designers, garments, whatever you are shopping, as people you might want to date, like potential suitors, a little humanize and romanticize.
Okay.
So single or not, let's do a little dating. Let's date, I'm going to describe a situation you might be in during early stages of dating, the apps, the situationships, whatever. You've been through it all, Reverend, haven't you? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, as all the reverends do.
That's why I thought you'd be the perfect person for this. Naturally. Slag. These situations and these situations may or may not be based on one of the 7 deadly sins of greenwashing. And you're going to tell me if they are or not. Like if you're being dumped, aka greenwashed, or not. Got it? Does that make sense?
I think so. So you're going to read a scenario and I'm going to be like, red flag, green flag.
Absolutely. Ding, ding, ding. So basically turning the retail world into the dating world. And then we'll throw in like a little tips on like what an authentic effort would look like here and there. Well, the first scenario, picture this. All right, Reverend, you're seeing someone new. They're super sweet. Picture this, close your eyes. They open your door. They pay for your dinner. They tell you how mega beautiful you are. And they make you feel like you're the only girl in the world. I know. It doesn't get better than this, but it does. Better yet, they post you all over their social media. You're on their story every day. Like, it sounds like they're the real deal. They couldn't possibly be talking to anybody else.
Right.
What do you think? Are they?
I don't know.
It's hard
Are
out
they
here.
talking to someone else? That's a tricky one. Like,
Uh-huh.
have we had that conversation? Are we closed off,
You have not had the conversation.
I'm going to say it's a red flag.
You're brilliant. You're brilliant, Reverend. It's a red flag. Those stories they post you in, yeah. It's a close friend story that you're the only one in. They're secretly married with 3 children.
Fucking
and you knew it. You knew
Again?
it.
Again? Why is this keep happening to me?
Every time.
Marriage with kids.
I thought they were different.
I've just
You're
woken
good
my
at
dog
this.
up. No, not again.
No, not the wife. You're so right, Reverend. You were so right. And this was based off of the first one, their hidden trade-off. So it's a marketing technique when a company is giving, one aspect of their impact, they're giving all this attention and they're proudly talking about like one initiative, yet they are failing to mention like all the terrible things they're doing.
It's like a very unbalanced scale.
Exactly. Like you're talking about silk linings, recycled silk linings of fur coats that are made out of like newborn bunnies, like bad news. But you see right through that.
Like 1% of their brand is like doing something, or like not even 1%,
Not even 1%.
0.1.
Yes.
And they're doing something like using this tiny piece of recycled in. They're like, we are a sustainable brand. And it's like, no, you're not.
No, you're actually
a liar. You're a fucking liar.
You see right through them, Reverend. No one can trick you.
The Reverend knows, like, this is like the high power from the Lord. I know.
Well, amazing. You hit that one out of the park. I'm scared to ask you the rest. I feel like I'm not gonna be able to trick you, but we'll see.
Maybe you will. Maybe
Maybe
you
we
will.
will.
Let's go.
Situation number 2. Are you ready? All right, Reverend. You've been seeing this person for 5 months now. You know, things are going great. You are so happy. You've never been happy in your whole life. You're on cloud 9. There's nobody you'd rather hang out with on a Tuesday night than this person. Actually, that's kind of all you guys do, actually. You just stay in and watch movies. They've never actually taken you to any of those restaurants you guys talk about, and you haven't met any of their friends. And come to think of it, you haven't even had the talk, so nothing is official. What is going on? Is this legit?
No.
It's not. It's
No,
not
it's
legit.
been used. You're just a side hoe.
Exactly. And you know what? And they have a person every single day of the week, and you're just Tuesday. You're not even the weekend.
Tuesday's not even hump day.
No, it's like the off day before hump day. Like you're like
the
the
worst.
worst.
It's one like Monday, Tuesday, worst days. Like,
Yeah. You're like their time off. Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm not having that. Red flag.
Red flag. Red flag.
Red, red, red. Mega, mega red.
Mega red. Mega red when people do it, when stores do it. But when stores do it, it looks a little different. This is based off of the no proof deadly sin. When brands make all these claims, you know, but they have no evidence to back it up. You know, a lot of buzzwords like organic, all natural, but like they give you no information. Yeah. Can you believe it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Actually, I can.
With it. It's just it's so bad. It's like fucking Primark when they're like, this is our sustainable range. And I'm like,
Where?
I can't see it.
If you say it over and over and over and over and over again, like it's probably not it.
No.
But I mean, like, what do authentic brands like prioritize and look like? Like, how do we know when it is authentic?
I don't know. It's hard to. I think it is really hard to like. If you've got big brands, it is actually like because the bigger you get, the more you have to outsource like factories and stuff, and getting it done in the UK is expensive. That is why people go abroad because it is just. But then like, if you want it to be affordable, so then when you have higher brands at higher price points, like getting it manufactured in the UK, which is just so much more sustainable, but it's just it costs more, so you have to pay the price a bit more.
Exactly.
But then at least you know, like I don't know, people are putting in the effort to make it good quality products as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my friend Shannon, who I did Bleaq with, she makes clothes out of like old tights. Once they get, you know, when tights get ripped in them,
Yeah.
and use them again. So she reworks tights into clothing. Or like Haram in Berlin uses old trainers.
Yes, Haram with sugar. No, that's amazing. It really is. And nylons are non-biodegradable. So she's love her. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of the time, like the green flags, like to know that like it's a small person, like just one person making all this stuff, is not having a lot of products. Like if you had like a million products, if you're selling literally everything, then like it's just humanly impossible. You know what I mean? And then yeah, like high price points, like acknowledging like prices that justify the work that it takes.
Yeah. When you know that it's really cheap, like if it's cheap, it's going to be cheap fabric. It's going to be not done as well because it's going to be rushed. It's going to be quick. Like you're paying for the quality always.
Exactly.
It's high quality. It's going to last you for longer. Clothing for life. More clothing for life. Or charity shops.
Chazza. Chazza.
Let's go to the chazza.
Ooh, get in, loser. We're going chazza shopping.
Chazza.
And you're right. You're right. And I feel like if you're like doing all this and you know what you're doing, like the mission, the work behind it, all we ask is like the transparency and like the information, like an about page that's just like laying it all out. But a lot of the time, like a company can't even like give you that. So that's referring.
I think if you have any questions with like independent designers, just message them.
Yeah.
Like there's always responding. Like,
Yeah,
depends
being
how
able to
big
ask
the
them.
person is, but normally people have it on their page, or they talk about it, or you can just message. So there's no excuse.
Yeah, ask and you shall receive. Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers to that. Okay, ready for situation number 3, Reverend?
I'm ready.
I'm gonna
Bring
get
it.
you on this one. I just bet. Well, Reverend, you've finally been invited to a family gathering. This is really serious. I know.
Things
So
have scaled up now.
I know, like third time's
Is
the
it
charm.
an uncle? Is it mum and dad? Is it extended? Who
It's
am I meeting?
extended. It's extended. Like think like Christmas holiday party.
Oh my god, okay, so I'm meeting everyone.
I know. Deep breath.
Yeah,
Little
got
nervous.
sweats now. I'm like, whew.
It could go really bad. Yeah. Like your whole ride there, your boo won't shut up about her hot cousin. Like she calls him hot. How successful they are, how nobody understands them better than their cousin. And it sounds like they're comparing you to their cousin a lot. So, like, what do you think? Is Bae gonna end up ditching you for their cousin tonight?
Ick. That's it. That is a mega ick. Why the fuck are you comparing me to your fucking cousin? Ick. Oh, man, your cousin? Do you have a thing with your cousin?
There's some Alabama stuff going on down here.
Yeah, or like, have you always just been like on a rival with your cousin? Did something weird happen with your cousin when you were younger?
Yeah.
So I'm saying a red flag.
You are brilliant, Reverend. I just can't get anything past you. It isn't just crazy when companies do this.
It's crazy when companies bring their cousins in.
I hate it. Like, watch out. Like, we're staying in your lane. Boundaries.
And they bring their cousins to the Christmas party.
Just they take it too far. But yeah, essentially, like the greenwashing that this is the lesser of two evils. It's when a company keeps bragging that they're less harmful than their competitors,
Right,
even
okay.
if they're all bad. So like Skims bragging that they're more sustainable than Shein. Like amazing. Why are you comparing us? Yeah.
Isn't that Kim Kardashian's brand?
Yeah. So it's not amazing, but it probably is better than Shein.
Is that an actual argument going on at the moment?
No, I don't know. I'm sure someone has said it before. I mean, it probably is true. It probably is. I mean, it doesn't get worse than Shein, but Skims isn't
No.
great. Just FYI.
Oh, no, there's that. What's that other one at the moment? Like AliExpress.
Oh my God, yeah.
I think that could be worse than Shein.
That could be AliExpress could be worse than Shein. You're right.
But I've never looked on AliExpress, so I don't really know.
Yeah, no, it's like Shein being like, "Oh, I'm not AliExpress." Okay, but you're still
pretty bad. Pretty
compared to
bad.
your cousin. So
Yeah.
oh, chill. Okay, last but not least, situation number 4. So, Reverend, your birthday is coming up. This is exciting.
Oh my God, okay.
Yeah. So you're sitting down with your boo, you casually bring it up. Like, how should I celebrate? And they get super weird about it. They quickly mention that they won't be in town to celebrate, but that's it. Like, they won't give you any more details. Every time you ask what they're up to, they get super weird and dismissive. Are you going to get dumped on your birthday?
Oh my God, it sounds like I could, but it also sounds like it could be a surprise party. And I don't know how to handle covering up. When some people are really bad liars and they're just like,
they like freeze.
instead of like coming up with a lie, they're just like.
That's really optimistic of you, Reverend. That's nice.
But I just have a little sensei that it's going to be a red flag, so I'm going with a red flag.
You're going with red flag?
Yeah.
Reverend, you're a clergy member of the church. You're supposed to be optimistic and forgiving. They were just trying to throw you a surprise birthday party. You ruined
Was
it.
it actually?
Yeah, it was a surprise birthday party.
Oh, I've dumped him. Damn it, now I don't get a fucking party.
But it was a surprise.
Do you reckon they're still going to go out with me if I've dumped them? Maybe I should have sat down and had a little chat first before I.
Maybe you should have a chat. You should always have, ask the designer, have a chat.
A bit of reflection on myself there. Don't dump them
Go
straight
through
away.
their phone.
Have a little chat. Yeah, don't go through the phone. Yeah, go through their phone. Go from my phone. Blood advice for all the young people out there.
Go through the phones.
Makes you sound like a psychopath. I've never done that in my
No,
life.
no one that ever says go through the phone sounds like a psychopath. Don't worry, Reverend. Yeah, you were not greenwashed this time, but if you were, it would have been a bad case of vagueness. When companies use that vague language and undefined terms, and again, they just can't back it up. So,
Yeah.
classic.
Classic liars.
Little
liars. They're little liars.
Oh, they're big liars. They're everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah. And they don't they're awful.
Awful people. H&M is the queen of these little liars. They're always doing stuff like that.
H&M is the queen.
Queen of the
baby. She's ruling the roost. She is the top cheerleader. She's the rooster. She's the rooster in the chicken flock.
Oh, what I like that. Yeah, H&M is the rooster of the chicken flock.
Chicken flock? Is that right?
Yeah, just clucking away. Always growing. That damn H&M.
Baby. Cluck, give me money. I'm sustainable.
Cluck, 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 cluck. Organic. Cluck, cluck. Get it. Wow, that was so fun. And I hope that was good, right? We should play again.
Yeah,
I like that. If I ever come to Kent, England, we can play.
Absolutely.
We can finish the rest of the few deadly sins that I didn't leave out, but I will link in the description so you can read up on those. Yeah, that was fun. I hope we were able to provide some super valuable insight on both shopping and dating habits. What we're doing wrong, right?
Yeah. Try to influence the people.
Yeah, we do what we can with our power.
I just say the answer is charity shopping or jumble sales or independent designers. And people are like, oh, I don't have the time to look and oh, it doesn't fit. And I'm like, but that's the fun. The fun is the hunt. The fun is the rummage, and then you find the gems, and don't go to H&M.
Exactly. Moral of the game: you will get greenwashed everywhere unless you thrift shop and shop upcycling. Yay!
Yeah,
that's what I learned today.
Come and buy some tire clothes and some tampon clothes, and help me pay my rent, and then go to a charity shop.
We're not asking for a lot. Simple. Got it? Did you write that down?
Easy.
Cool. Well, cheers to Reverend, and thanks a million for coming on the show today. Such a pleasure.
Thank you. And you.
Thank you. And to listeners, that's all for this week's episode. Thanks for listening. Catch you guys in March. And don't forget to shop ties and tampons, because you will get greenwashed and get your heart broken if you don't. Right?
Yeah.
Right. And if you're enjoying That's Not Rubbish, please consider donating. It's a one-man band bringing all these incredible designers to the table, and so much we would like to do with them. So, and yeah, don't forget to send this episode to a friend who needs serious help in the dating, shopping department. That's what friends are for, right?